Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Wait, one? The footage you're seeing here is me and the guys from Astro. Now, Astro is my squadron, been together for a wee while now. We did in the World War mode. And right now, I'm just having a quick dogfight here with the Majestic Turtle. We're both flying Mirages. Now, this is being introduced with the latest patch. And all the footage you see here, just take it with a grain of salt, okay? We're doing 1v1s in a situation where you never really get this in War Thunder. Unless it's like the end of the battle. You're both kind of low on fuel. And we both kind of have armament left. Now, this, of course, is the dev server. And all we're really doing here is just having a little bit of fun. Testing out the new stuff. Just having a good time on the weekend. And a lot of people are going to be on the dev server here. Just, you know, building up the hype. And kind of coming up with their own ideas of how things are going to be. And that's kind of what I'm going to be explaining here. I just need you to remember that, as Orange Doom says, things are subject to change. But yeah, I just want to stipulate that this is just me and the boys just kind of having a laugh and just seeing how this first iteration really is with the vehicles. Now, I'm not the most experienced pilot in the world. I'm flying against a guy who's been flying a lot longer than I am. Just bear that in mind whenever I'm going through this, what we're doing here, and kind of review. This plane seems to do very well against its adversaries that it's going to be fighting. This first dogfight obviously is me and Turtle here in the Mirages, and then we're going to move on to Phantoms, Drakens and stuff like that as well, just to see how it'll kind of fit into the meta of top tier. This thing is fast as hell. It turns very well at high speed, but once it gets a little bit slow, things get a little bit wiggly. Now, this is me against OddBawZ now. I've let him get behind me just to see how we can do in a sort of 1v1 situation here. And here he comes. It's gonna... Basically, we're cutting across each other. We're deliberately not engaging in head-ons. And all we're really doing here is trying to get in each other's sixes to finish each other off. And there we go, nice impact. So kind of matched in performance, obviously, against each other. So we're quite often passing by each other within feet. And once we both got to grips with the aircraft, we kind of knew what we're doing. Anyway, this is the clip I was talking about. My apologies. This is OddBawZ now getting up behind me. We've decided to just go like full fuck mode, launch missiles at each other. These are the AM9 Ds, I believe, that he's firing at me from the F40. Easily dodgeable. We're going pretty quick, and this thing is pretty nimble, like I said, at high speed. So dodging him was no problem at all. And he's gonna try launch another one. I want to jink out the way of that. Nice dodge again, and he's going to come up and try and line up his guns on me. Here he comes. Both going, well, he's going supersonic. I've kind of slowed down a little bit. I'm getting ready to try and reverse him. He's getting a little bit close for my liking. I'm just going to perform one last roll. Managed to get out of the way of his guns. Going to pull hard, pick on my rudder, and just pull up into him. I'm going to spill my missile up. And look at this rocket. Now, this is the 550 Magics. This is the kind of best rocket that the Mirage has to offer. 30 Gs. Look how fast it gets him. There's nothing he can do. It's absolutely insane. Move on to the next clip after this. We're going to be fighting with this Phantom for a little while here. So just bear that in mind. So now he's let me get on his 6. I've launched that missile just to test out to see if the flares can jink it. He manages to get away, which is pretty good. I'm glad that the flares are working against these things. Otherwise, it'd just be almost free kills at the end of the day. I probably wouldn't launch a missile in that scenario anyway. Now, John here is going to slow down. I want to get in front of him, and he's going to try lob some missiles at me. I'm just going to try and jink them at very close range just to see if they are avoidable. Like I said, this thing is... I mean, the first kind of hit of the elevator is super slick. It's a really nice aircraft to fly. Here comes the first one. Managed to dodge that. I've honestly no idea how I managed to dodge that, but I managed to do it. I'm going to try and do the exact same thing I did before in the other direction, but I noticed it a little bit too late. And he takes the whole back end of my airplane off. So if you don't have flares, this thing can still, you know, it can do its job. You just have to put a little bit more effort in to dodge them. back to the F4 again. We've just been testing basically, you know, how hard this thing can pull against the Phantom. Since the Phantom's kind of the top dog at the minute, it was good to know, you know, how this would perform against the kind of giants of top tier jets right now. F4, Phantom E, the EJ, and the MiG-21 as well. Had to get guns on there. We kind of missed them a little bit. This was our test to see if the Phantom could perform better in the vertical. Now, I start to get super slow, and this is where I kind of think this plane's suffering a little bit. It's actually really difficult to get my guns on target. The rudder starts to go sloppy, and it was really difficult for me to get the shot that I wanted, and eventually got it. Moving on to the next clip. This is me versus DS again in his T2. Thought we'd try and slow things down a bit. Get something that's kind of more maneuverable to try and deal with me. But again, we're avoiding shooting each other in head-ons. We just want to try and get on each other's sixes mainly. And again, we're not using missiles. So we're just kind of... We're turning around here, trying to figure each other's, you know, the characteristics of our aircraft out. Try and flick in here. He turns, so that's fair game for me. Tried to get guns on. Missed that shot. I think that he's accelerating me here, but you'll see in a second that things quickly turn around. He goes into the vertical. Again, rudder's going a little bit sloppy, so I just have to keep turning. And I think this is where he decides to accelerate away. Let's have a wee look. I've got a much tighter turning circle than him, and I'm fairly sure his plane isn't turning as good as mine. Probably suffering the same sort of instance of like the control surfaces kind of letting up just because there's not enough air flowing over the wings. So I decided to go straight here. If I went up into the vertical, I could have been in danger of a quick hammerhead. So I decided to take my chances in building up some speed and momentum, trying to accelerate away, and I'll try and reverse him later on. So he's coming in pretty fast. Not fast enough, so I'm going to get a tiny little bit more speed. And I'm going to start bleeding some speed off so I can, you know, set up for my reversal here. And here he comes, quick. I'm at the kind of speed I want to be at, so I'm going to start doing some gentle turns. I'm trying to avoid any incoming snipe shots he's doing to me. We're really out for each other's blood here, you know. We're having a good laugh. I love the weekends with the boys, dude. If you're ever on Twitch, please check some of the Astro guys out. Old DS is here, Majestic Pearl, all our kind of friends are in there as well. Copsy, Mystic Man, all these good folks. Even Panther, Amrike, all the other guys have started streaming as well, and they're very good. They're much better than I am. I'm kind of learning from these guys. So set up for my reversal. I try to pull in really hard here, and he's gone straight vertical as well. He's got a wee bit more momentum than I do, but I managed to get the snipe here at some point. This next volley. And lucky, honestly, and he later on crashes. So back to the F4. This is an interesting thing. I kind of wanted to set up a sort of drag race, so I'm going to go right up old DS's ass in his F4E here, and he's going to go pull up to about 30 degrees, and I'll see if I can basically stick on his 6. This was interesting to me because the F4E just has an insane acceleration rate. Now the Mirage is much lighter. It's a single engine aircraft, so I was interested to see and just, you know, how we could do in this sort of scenario. There he goes, he hits supersonic, and we're just going to go straight up here. So I'm trying to be gentle on my elevator. I kind of fucked up a little bit there just because I was screwing around with my keyboard a bit too much. I'm just going to stay right behind his exhaust, and as you can see, none of us really pulling away. Kind of equal, which is honestly pretty scary. Just to think, if a Mirage gets on your 6 and it's got a wee bit more energy than you do, you're in deep shit. You're in real deep shit. Now, I think if he started turning, like gently going into a spiral, obviously you would never do this. It's just calling to shut up your tailpipe. I think that he might be able to pull as he's kind of gently turning more than the Mirage can, as you kind of seen in those previous dogfights. So up we go. Then we get to kind of ceiling. None of us can pull up anymore, and we both start just leveling out. But yeah, this is a really impressive climb rate, considering what the F4E is capable of, especially at top tier right now. Straight to stratosphere. Now we got maybe another 30 seconds or more to climb here, but this is basically I'm kind of full elevator right now, just trying my best to keep the plane in flight, and we both kind of hit the same ceiling. He maybe has a little bit more power than me at this altitude, but not much more. Nothing to speak of. He starts pulling away, and we just go into a sort of spiral dive. Again, none of us really shooting at each other. And back to the battlefield. There you have it, doing this. Pretty good thrust. Back with the F4 again. Now this is what I was describing to you earlier. I want to just try and... Basically Deus is trying to turn and keep vertical at the same time, just to see if the Phantom has an edge overall in this sort of scenario. I could have got my guns on target a few times. It's obviously not what you would do if you were in a dogfight. You would try and reverse, but again, it's interesting to see, you know, what the Mirage can do vertically against the Phantom here. Yeah, do not do this in your RB. You'll have a really bad time. But yeah, well, so it turns out that, you know, a little bit of gentle spiral climbing from the F4E can get away, but not enough that it would you know, keep you out of the Mirage's guns. But yes, I mean, this thing is definitely going to be competitive at top tier at least. The only kind of downside, I suppose having 30G vessels is pretty nice, but you only get 2 of them. Whereas the rest of the top tier guys are 60s and AM9Ds and other variants of AM9s. You got 4 of them. So if you use them well enough, that's an easy 4 kills if you're firing at the right times and biding your time here. Yeah, now we're in a downward spiral. I'm really starting to struggle. I'm at the limit of my abilities, you know, as a pilot. And yeah, he's definitely seems to be getting the edge on me here, just an experience. I honestly couldn't tell you if there's anything to do with the plane at all. And there he goes, right on my 6. He thinks he's going to hit the deck. He almost very nearly did, and I'm going to go back up vertical with him again here. And unfortunately, the map SPAA kind of intervenes in a little dogfight. Yeah, interesting to see just how, you know, these planes perform against each other in this sort of scenario here too. It's a pretty decent plane. I'm excited for it. Now switching to some footage with my boy JustinPlaysYT. He's also on YouTube. He's on Twitch as well. We're just gonna trying out the Draken here with its new missiles, and against, of course, the Mirage. Good to see both perspectives here. So one thing the Draken has, of course, over the Mirage is it's got a little bit more thrust, and at slow speeds it does maneuver incredibly well. This thing is a goddamn kite. Now look at these missiles here. I decided obviously not to shoot here. I just want to get him in my missiles. I'm right behind him. Look at that. Look at that jiggle. Oh my goodness. And this missile just has absolutely no qualms at all at slow speed. And easily takes him out. Let's go for the ram here just to reset. Again, Justin coming in. I'll let Justin basically come up behind me just to see if I can get a reversal on him. He tries firing one of those 30G missiles. That was just a test. That's not Justin doing anything wrong or anything. We just decided to see what would happen here and try roll underneath him here. And that's him blare all his energy. Back on the afterburner again, and there's not much the Mirage can do at this stage. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more devlog stuff. And thank you for watching. Take it easy. Bye bye.